Adaptability. It's a common denominator for athletes and workers throughout the United States, as they must learn to deal with new challenges every day. How to deal with new teammates and coworkers, how to adjust to new physical demands, and increasingly, how to deal with extreme heat. Hundreds of athletes and workers suffer from heat illnesses every year. As global surface temperatures rise, the likelihood of extreme heat events, such as heat waves, increases. And with it, the risk of heat-related illnesses continues to grow. When it comes to climate change, are athletes and workers sweating it?
There's a big hot sun beating on the big people.
I remember a particular day during preseason when my team had gone on a long run and then finished the workout by doing a group of stadium stairs to work on our endurance. And I was finishing my last set of stairs and I got to the top, and all I can remember is I started to stumble and fell down, and so all of a sudden everything went black. My coach gave me some water and told me to drink some Gatorade and go to the training room, but that was it. Larry Young is a steelworker currently working on the Capitol Dome reconstruction project.
I was just welding all the time. We did talk about heat exhaustion pretty frequently because of the protective equipment that you have to wear. But we never had any formal training. We always just, like, if there was a new guy around and you saw that he was looking not so good, you'd tell him to, take some of that stuff off and go grab some water. Nobody's going to get mad at you for that. So that's about it.
On the more severe end, we could develop heat illness. And so that is like the symptoms of dehydration. You can get like syncope, pass out. This often happens in people who are like construction workers, working outside during hot hours, and athletes. And so I think you'll see over the summer about some high school students passing out, and then there's going to be some efforts with the school administration and the teams to kind of figure out what is another way that they can protect the athletes from this happening.
I think everybody that I work with has had like some moment or something where they've gotten a little dizzy or just felt like not so good, but it's usually a fleeting thing, and with some water and a short break, most of the time they're back. I've never seen anyone have like a seriously adverse. Nothing really bad has ever happened. You just see somebody every once in a while say, "Whoa, I'm stopping," and I'm gonna go grab a bottle of water or Gatorade.
So I think with athletes, it's a lot different than other types of heat illnesses because it's really like instant onset. You don't necessarily know that it's about to happen to you, and that's a really scary thing. Additionally, there's this mindset amongst athletes that you have to push through the pain, that you can't give up in a workout because you might get punished, or maybe your team might get punished as well for not everyone finishing a workout. And that's a mindset that might need to be changed in the future, because if athletes are constantly pushing through pain, through heat, they can really end up getting hurt.
Typically during the summer, what you expect is a lot of kids coming in because it starts football season, so they're practicing outside in the heat and not necessarily being aware of what signs or symptoms to look out for.
So in the future, with more heat waves and more intense heat, I think that's really going to be difficult for athletes, especially when you consider the preseason, which tends to be the most vulnerable time for athletes to experience a heat illness.
The conversations that I have with climate change are usually kind of brief. Like, yeah, it's real. Like, yes, that's real. What are you talking about? Stop spraying air can. Stop just, putting in all the hairspray. But I don't know.
Do you think it's going to affect your job or affect you in the future, having more heat waves? Or
I think climate change is going to affect everyone in the future. Yeah, absolutely.
Increased temperatures and more frequent and dangerous heat waves will have a marked impact on the health of the population as a whole, but they will disproportionately affect vulnerable populations, including athletes and workers. This is no longer a problem facing future generations. Climate change is happening, and the population's health is at risk now.
I turn to see her